Well, they finally got their asses kicked. It has to happen too. They're still in first place. But was it 11-2? Right? No, 11-3 final, excuse me. And again, pitching side, Mr. Cortez, 5 and a third, 4 runs. Tommy Kahnle came in and got hit. Dennis Santana came in and got hit. This is like third or fourth time that Dennis Santana's been getting hit, like almost in a row. So my guess is he's going to be the next pitcher to go. Kahnle hasn't gotten hit yet except for tonight, so no surprise. But yeah, Nestor Cortez to give up four runs and 5 and a third, 7 hits, 4 strikeouts. So, and with the exception of the Aaron Judge home run, Verdugo had 2 hits. Volpe had a hit. And that was pretty much it. Well, 2 home runs from Aaron Judge, excuse me. He had 2. It was like Teoscar Hernandez show, but the Dodgers, he had 2 also. So now that takes Judge to 23 home runs now. So, which is crazy. And Gavin Stone threw 5 2/3, 8 hits, 2 runs. So, and yeah, Teoscar Hernandez had 2 bombs. And again, Betts had 1 hit. Otani had 1 hit. Freeman had 2 hits. Will Smith had 1 hit. So, and Teoscar Hernandez was the star of the show. It was Teoscar Hernandez teeing off on the Yankees. But this is bound to happen, guys. So, but this also tells us, getting by a loss like this, which was ugly, but I guess necessary. It tells us, it gives us a better idea. Maybe it gives the Yankees a better idea of what they need to do at the trade deadline, right? What piece they might need to add, and so on and so forth. So, I don't know. We'll see. But shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Let me put this up here. Okay. See the title? It's going to be movie night. Hope you're ready, gang. Hope you're ready. There's the link. Let's open panelists right now. Those that want to join. There it is, folks. Hope you brought your list. I got my list. 10 actors, 10 actresses, top 10 movies. Your favorites. Your favorites. So, but shout out to everybody in the chat. Whether they lose or whether they win, doesn't matter. All right? He's already on. He's getting ready. Yeah. Terrible loss. But it needed to happen. Right? It needed to happen. We'll move on from this. We'll have some fun with movie night instead.
Hey, boss.
What's happening, man? How are you, sir?
Not bad. Disgusting game.
Yeah, and then Judge 2 home runs, so I'll take that. And
they say he's on course for 57 now.
It's freaking crazy. Clemens is here. All right. Yes, sir. CBGB.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
CBGB. Jonathan's in the house too. Gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know about that this year, Wolfrocken. I don't think he's going to do nothing at the deadline this year. This is a different team. You're in a much different position. And they have a chance to make a deep run in the playoffs. I think they're going to make some moves at the deadline. What moves? I have no idea.
First and third, twice with nobody out in the early innings, and we scored nothing.
Boom. Yeah. Weren't capitalizing on opportunities. Yeah, the King of Texas, the Buckeyes here too. Gentlemen. This right here, all 5 of us. This is Magic Mike 5 right here.
Magic Mike 5, yeah.
Magic Mike wasn't on my list of top 10.
Yeah, not mine either.
Bobby Velez.
What's up?
Too.
What's up?
How you doing, my man?
Good.
Dude, so around this, I mean, like, get your take on the game. Consigliere was giving us some insight, and you're right. They didn't capitalize on guys on base. They did not.
And Cortez didn't shut them down each time we tied him, because we came back 1-1. He gave up another run. Guys came back at 2-2. He gives up another run. So he had no shutdown innings when it was critical. So he was not on his game today.
This is true too. Lorenzo, what are your thoughts, man?
you know what? Sometimes your favorite team takes a beating. It's all a part of being a fan.
Yes, sir.
But Joel said it best. Had chances to score runs. It didn't score. It is what it is. I think Cortez got exposed big time. So
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We still got Cole coming back. I'm still optimistic about tomorrow because Gil's going to be on the mound. So it is what it is. No time to panic.
That's it. Yeah, we're still in first place by a couple games. So, and again, this was about. I mean, this had to happen. The Yankees at some point needed to get their butts kicked, and they got their butts kicked tonight. Maybe it'll humble them, but also gives Soto another day to heal a little bit, get a little bit better. So I don't really care if he misses this entire series. I just want him back healthy. I'd rather have him miss 3 games than miss a month.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So I'll take that. No matter what happens in the series, the Yankees are still going to be in first place. So that's why I look at it too. Jonathan, what's your take, dude?
On this game?
Yeah.
I think it was a terrible game. The pitching was terrible. They could not hit with runners in scoring position. I couldn't really watch past the 6th inning. They every time they had an opportunity to score, they wasted it. And watching Torres play baseball makes me want to shut the television. I can't stand his fielding. I can't stand his hitting, even when he gets a hit.
Yeah.
I just want Torres off this team. I don't care what other people say. I think Torres is basically a cancer in the lineup. And same with Stanton. I'm tired of him swinging at pitches in the left-handed batter's box or bounces in front of his feet. I mean, is he golfing? I probably could hit that with a golf club, and it's on the plate.
It's crazy.
Without the Torres error, we may not have had the Grand Slam.
Exactly.
You can't live that way, though, Joel.
Huh?
You don't play baseball with woulda, shoulda, couldas. It's what happened.
Yeah.
It's what happened.
Rizzo is another one. I personally, I would love to give, I don't know, maybe Ben Rice a chance at first. I don't know who they have.
I would put Oswaldo at first base. He's proved that he can play there. He can at least hit with more than a popsicle stick, and he hits from both sides of the plate.
Maybe that's
put DJ at second base. Put Birdie at third base.
They need to do something different than what they've been doing. I know it's only been 3 games.
He's batting less than half of an I-92 number. He's just not. He's not Yankee material.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good of a fielder is, and the same with Rizzo. I don't care how good of a first baseman he fields.
And Grisham,
when you don't hit, Grisham
had a batting average less than 100.
Yes,
it's .050.
.050.
Yeah.
What on the earth is he doing in center field?
Catching the ball.
Yeah, he's an elite glove. He
needs to be a 4th outfielder.
When you give up that many runs,
Warbeck, get ready.
Somebody that can hit.
I mean, what were you going to do? Put Jumai Jones out there?
Yeah, you
you ain't got Soto in the outfield. Who the hell's going to be out in the outfield?
If you don't want to put Oswaldo at first, put Oswaldo in right field and Judge in center. And get him off the field. Get Grissom off the field.
And you know what? I love my favorite part of the game is where Oswaldo Cabrera pitched. That's the only thing that made me smile about this game, along with the Judge 2 home runs. But listen, fans, please do not panic. We are still in first place. We're gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm. And keep in
mind, you don't want to jump off the building.
Keep in mind, if you get rid of Grisham, and you replace him with Jason Dominguez, the same problem's going to happen.
Yeah.
Jason Dominguez
Right.
is going to.
Yeah, agree. I absolutely agree.
He's not taking any of those guys' spots in the outfield. Not this
Yeah.
season.
Not this season. No, I agree. Facts.
The only
Yeah.
way Dominguez gets called up, in my opinion, is Soto goes on the IL.
And I don't even know if Soto's going to be Dominguez is going to be the first one. Oscar Gonzalez might be ahead of him too, for all we know. I have no idea. You know, I don't know, but obviously they need Soto to come back, and looks like they're playing it very cautiously, so he doesn't have to go on the IL. So again, I'll take a few games without Soto, and if we lose the game, we lose the game.
Absolutely.
Same
I don't-
here. Same
Do
here.
the Yankees have a chiropractor?
I have no idea. But
Because Judge might need to see him after carrying the freaking team all night the last 2 games.
yeah.
Don't need him to hurt his freaking
I'm
back.
sure they have the best medical doctors money can buy.
Yeah, man. It's true, man. That's a good one, man.
I don't
Ken,
want this to turn into.
You got to have humor in games like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can't laugh about it. What are you going to do?
yeah. It's just, that's another reason why we'll wrap it up in a second. We're gonna go to movie night. So I hope you guys are ready.
We could be Met fans, guys.
We could be Met fans. There is, yes,
The Phillies took it to him today.
Oh my gosh.
yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Good. You know what?
But
It's
Juan
really,
wants to go there. Juan wants to go and be a Met.
yeah.
So they have their
I don't know.
Juan will be the only
Why don't we
player on the
send
damn
him?
team.
That's it. We'll send him.
Yeah. I
No.
don't know why these people keep saying this.
I don't know why people are
Soto
saying
was
that.
having too much fun with Cole during Cole's interview
Yeah.
on the broadcast. He kept coming over there, putting a towel on his shoulder, bugging him. He was like a 5-year-old, irritating his parent when his parents trying to have a conversation. It was hysterical.
It's good to see that lighthearted fun. It's good.
But
Exactly.
at least he was bringing snackies too.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
So, you get some power bars, some Gatorade. Life is good.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
man.
think we need to sit Rizzo. He needs a rest.
His bat is definitely behind his glove. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Where are you going to sit him at?
And Rizzo's having the worst
on the bench.
season. Having
Oh,
one
I
of the
thought you were going to
worst
leave him in
seasons
the
as a
dug or in
Yankee.
the
No joke.
in the trainer's room or something.
Well, that's an idea. That's an
That
idea.
is an option.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be time for him to make a IL run. Oh, my knee is hurting. Perhaps I should go to the injured list for a week.
There you go.
I mean, he did play last season a lot of games with a concussion, so it could be the same kind of deal where he's hurt and he's just not telling anybody. Who knows? But
Yeah, one of the broadcasters alluded to that during the game today and wondered if he was still having some effects, even though he claims, and his doctor has cleared him 100%, but he just doesn't seem right.
I don't think so. His
I
reflex,
think that was either Joe Davis, John Smoltz, or I believe Ken Rosenthal. I think.
his reflexes on a
Well,
defense.
I don't care who said it. The bottom line was it was probably accurate.
The reflexes that you're talking about, Jason, you would find them in the field just as at the plate. If he really had a head problem, I think he's got vision problems. He can't see.
Yeah, because his head is stuck in his ass. That's why.
gotta come
All
up
right,
with a
Ken.
medical diagnosis for that.
Ken, tell us what you really think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding back right now. I mean, I hadn't gotten to my Navy mode yet.
We got another service member here. That's right, man. That's right. John.
Yeah. Us service members, we know.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Especially Master Chiefs know how to cuss and scream at people left and right and can throw crap all over the place.
That reminds me of a joke that I heard once from what's his name? Master Chief when they said, it was funny. Maybe I'll send it to you in the chat
Yeah,
if I
man.
can find it.
Yeah,
My
I agree.
my uncle Greg, my uncle Greg was on the teams. He was a Master Chief. He went to
During
Buds.
part of my career, I was with Special Boat Unit 24, and I was SEAL support. Them guys are hardcore.
Yeah, he went to Buds, Sierra Buds, the whole works, and Coronado. And he was on teams for I don't know how long, but then he became Master Chief, and then he retired a couple years
You know
ago.
what? I have the stats right here. So Volpe went 1 for 5. Verdugo went 2 for 5. Judge went 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. That's one of only 2 things that got me excited. Stanton 0 for 5, Rizzo 0 for 4, Torres 0 for 4, LeMahieu 0 for 3, Wells 1 for 3, Trevino pinch hit for him and went 1 for 1. Grisham 0 for 2. His batting average is down to .083, and Jahmai Jones pinched hit for him and went 0 for 1. You see what everybody's saying about Torres? He is just not, he is just not, having a good year defensively. You saw that dumbass mistake he made in last night's game, and
Yeah,
he like almost did the same thing tonight, except with us getting embarrassed on national TV, which stinks. But I'm not too upset about that because we're still in first place, so we are not going to panic about that for now.
Hey,
exactly.
I have a joke for you.
What?
Go for it.
Go
Why
ahead.
do Met fans have 10 fingers and 10 toes?
What?
Why?
Why?
It's 20 different directions you can shift the blame to.
That's good, man. I like that.
Torres has been struggling for a while. He last year, I mean, the Yankees have been trying to trade him. I mean, this isn't the first time we've talked about trading him, and they haven't been able to. So I think what we're seeing now is what other major league scouts have been seeing, and have been probably the reason that other major league teams haven't been willing to give up anybody good for him.
Yeah.
So I think this is who Gleyber Torres is. Unfortunately, he can knock the crap out of the ball every once in a while, but he's also the kind of guy who will pose when he thinks he's had a home run and it's only a double, and he'll turn that double into a single, and he'll make stupid plays in the field. So
Yeah, I think
I don't even think Torres is worth a QO.
I don't think he's going to.
He won't get one.
He's
get
not
one.
getting one.
Verdugo will like to get one.
If Torres gets a QO, he's going to accept it.
Yeah.
That's the
If he
problem.
gets a QO,
He'd be an idiot-
Jason, you're
he'd
going
be an idiot if he
to
didn't.
go try out.
What's that?
If he gets a QO, you're going to go try out.
I'll go try out. I'll try out, man. I'll do it.
I'm not a righty second baseman, so I probably could try. I probably could play first base, so
I think Verdugo will get a QO, not Torres.
yeah.
That would
And
make sense.
But I think Verdugo's playing well enough to get a contract that'll be bigger than a QO. Which
You don't think that Holmes is going to get a QO?
Holmes? No, I doubt it. They're not going to give him a $20 million offer, not for a year.
Is it a $20 million hit?
QO is going to be about $20 million next year. I think it's 20.4.
God damn.
The QO is up. The QO is over 20 now.
I like it, Clay Holmes, but I could see not wanting to give him a $20 million deal.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're going to try to lock him up long term, maybe, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he's.
I remember Dane mentioned that there were some. I think Neely might have the stuff to be a closer. The guy that kind of.
At this point, I think it's time to put Cabrera at third base, put DJ at second, and put Torres on the bench to collect splinters.
Yeah. I
wouldn't be
I can't
surprised
argue with
if
that.
DJ needs to play every day to get back into his rhythm.
Well, he had some good swings yesterday, and I thought he had some good swings today.
True.
A lot better than Rizzo. I have to give him that.
That's true.
I mean, at
Yeah,
this
Rizzo.
point, I'd almost be willing to give Oswaldo Peraza a shot at Torres's spot, even if he doesn't catch up to the ball and he struggles at the plate. He could still play defense.
Mm-hmm.
So
And he's putting the
Sometimes
ball.
Yeah,
defense is better than offense.
But DJ is a more natural second baseman, and he
That's true.
he actually has to put a lot of extra work in to play third, whereas Cabero seems to be almost a natural there. So that's why I suggest putting DJ at second,
Yeah.
where he
Yeah.
feels more comfortable, and
Well,
Cabero
DJ
covering third.
Bird's more
DJ's a
mobile.
Gold Glove second baseman when
I'm sorry,
he's
what?
at the Rock.
Oswaldo last night, he
DJ
made a play
was
going
a Gold
straight
Glove
up. It
utility.
looked like a basketball rebound. And he gloved that ball way off. He had hops like crazy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he makes our shortstop position broader because he can go to his left really well.
Who's that, Texas?
Oswaldo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed the first part.
Yeah.
Oswaldo did that. Oswaldo went up and pulled down a ball
Oh,
that was
yeah.
roped over his head.
Couple of days ago, yeah,
He was
I
like
remember
3
that.
feet. He was like 3 feet off the ground.
It looked like a basketball player about ready to dunk.
Yeah.
He was that far off the ground.
Yeah, man. I don't see Torres coming back next year, no matter what.
I don't
No.
think so.
Holmes, 50-50 for me right now. I think all the energy's got to be committed to Juan Soto to make sure he comes back here.
Yeah. Torres, I don't think he's coming back next year. Holmes, I'm not too sure, but all of our hopes comes down to Juan Soto for next season.
Juan Soto, man. When you build around him,
And you know, this is why we need to win these games, even though we don't have to win ever so often. That's a lesson I kept getting taught, that we don't have to win every game. But
No,
this
you
one
don't.
was just embarrassing.
I think you mentioned that the Yankees are come like $100 million is coming off the books.
100 million's coming off. 102 million's coming off the books.
Almost half of that is going to Soto.
Yeah, we know that too.
Yeah.
Half of that's going to Soto, and then beyond that, I think they're going to supplement. Let's just put the let's say they replace Verdugo with Jason Dominguez. He's going to be rookie salary. Let's say they replace Anthony Rizzo with either Spencer Jones or TJ Rumfield or Ben Rice, rookie salary. So like they can fill these positions without having to add much. My guess is they'll add to the bullpen, and Soto, and they'll still be under the level that they're at now.
But the Yankees minor league system it seems to be very good in recent years. So they should try to build within where they can.
And this is a free agent definition too.
Chicken Palm is in the building.
Chicken Palm.
Oh wow, cool.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Chicken Palm's in the house.
A few years ago, actually, it was quite a few years ago, the Diamondbacks were in trouble for a first baseman. And they pulled this kid up from AA by the name of Paul Goldschmidt, and he held his own. And has had a very, very successful career.
Yep.
That's true. That's
I
true.
mean, that catcher first baseman that we have down in AA.
Ben Rice.
No,
Years
not
ago,
him.
we had Luke Voigt.
Well, the question is going to be though: is
We have
Cashman
Rumsfeld
willing to pull the plug on Rizzo? I mean, that's really what it gets down to. Is if they pull up some of the kids from the farm, they're going to have to be willing to let people go.
Yeah. And the good thing, I think it's important to remember too. Like if you let Rizzo walk, right, you still have DJ to back up first base. You still have veterans here that are going to stay here for another couple of years who can make it easier to phase in these young kids. It's not like you have to throw them to the wolves and expect them to do everything that Rizzo did. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. So that's why it's good to have Oswaldo Cabrera and DJ and some of these other guys. Because then you can ease in a guy like Ben Rice or Augustin Ramirez or TJ Rumsfeld or something like that. You can ease in Jason Dominguez. Like you still have Pereira. You still have Oscar Gonzalez. So like this, there are people here. There's plenty of them.
But come trade deadline, if Rizzo is not improving, do you see Cashman dumping him?
Dumping who?
Rizzo.
Not at the
No.
deadline.
Not necessarily.
He's going to play out the year, and then they're going to not pick up his option.
That's my guess too.
Right. So that still leaves us in a situation where we've got holes in the infield, both not necessarily fielding, but definitely hitting.
Mm-hmm. Watch out for Ryan McMahon from the Rockies.
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling that if Cashman's going to pull off a trade for a bat, he's probably going to be the guy, Ryan McMahon. Good lefty hitter. Got multiple
the Rockies put out the other day that they're not moving McMahon.
No, I heard about that.
I heard they're listening to offers for him, and I heard White Sox are listening to offers right now for Luis Robert too.
Mm.
But we'll see. I don't know, man. If they don't trade McMahon, I think they're foolish to not trade McMahon because they're not going anywhere anytime soon. The Rockies, so they might as well trade him and get something back for him. But
I mean, there has been a lot of talk in the fans' perspective, at least, that Spencer Jones is first base, but I honestly think he's an outfielder.
he's the highest rated outfielder they have.
Yeah. So I don't see Spencer Jones at first base.
I see Spencer Jones playing the outfield once Judge moves to DH and takes over for Stanton. Then you can have Dominguez, Soto, hopefully, and
I mean, that wouldn't happen until after next year when they potentially buy out and drop Stanton. Because starting next year, the Marlins will pay $10 million of it, maybe in 26, starting after next year.
Spencer Jones is only going to be 22 at the time.
Yeah.
So he'll be plenty young.
Yeah.
So,
We want these kids to grow into the position. We don't want to just stick them out there.
No, I don't think Spencer Jones will come up before next year.
Yeah.
I mean, you put these kids in the lineup, the Barbarians are going to be tearing the fences down when they're not hitting 320 with 30-plus home runs.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what they do. Comes with the territory. These expectations that people come up with are creating. I don't know where they come from, but they're so beyond unrealistic. It's crazy. You know, that's why I don't know. I don't see the point in calling Dominguez the next Mickey Mantle. Like I don't see the point in it at all.
No, I don't see a point why they have to compare every young player to a past player. They shouldn't. No one should.
Exactly.
It puts too much pressure on the young kid, especially when you're 16 years old and get compared to Mickey Mantle.
My gosh.
Yeah, let him be Dominguez instead of Mickey Mantle.
Volpe's not Jeter.
Yeah,
No,
He's a really good version of himself.
yeah.
He does need to be Jeter.
Yeah, my goodness. And Coconuts, yeah, Spencer's not hitting great. He's also the adjustment you make from high A to double A is a tough one. Dominguez had the same struggle, so did Volpe, but they adjusted. I think Jones is going to be fine. So I think Jones will be fine, but it'll take a little bit of time. I think he needs to play in AAA before he comes up to the majors anyway. But his ceiling is super high. He's super high. He's top 15 prospect in all baseball now too. But so Warvet's thinking Rice is going to take over first base. He might. Augustin Ramirez, another catcher, first baseman. Ben Rice looks good, and he's had a good start in AAA now. So
yeah.
we have
they do have a lot of catching depth in the minors.
Yep.
And some of those catching depth could turn out to be good first basemen because they won't be playing catcher.
And I think that's why they're doing it, because we're light in the corner infield prospects.
Yeah.
The middle infield we have 10,000 of them. But corner infield, that's why in the next couple of weeks when they have the draft, don't be surprised if they draft some corner infielders high up in the high rounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised seeing first base, third base, and pitching all throughout the draft. With maybe an occasional outfield catcher, but most will be pitchers and corner outfielders.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they need any shortstops they have too many shortstops in the minors.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Yankee fans are going, but he wants Soto in the lineup. Well, excuse me. you better be treating everybody with some freaking respect.
Yeah, man.
Heck, I could even deal with a few games without one, so, but not like an embarrassment. That's the one thing I will not take.
So does the respect rule apply to Gleyber Torres and Rizzo also?
Absolutely.
All right. So no need to bench either one of them. They can
No,
both be in the
no.
lineup.
So no need to but I would like bench Rizzo and Torres a little bit. Just saying that bench Torres and Rizzo so that way you bring LeMahieu to second and put Oswaldo Cabrera at third. Or even put DJ LeMahieu at first and put Cabrera at third or second, but that's just my opinion.
So yes, before we'll round robin this, give everybody an open table here. Give you a start with Clemenza. If you were the GM, what would you do at the deadline?
Well, dream scenario, if I can move Gleyber Torres, and as we've been discussing, move Gleyber Torres, shift DJ to second, for more bullpen arms. I think our bullpen got exposed over the last couple of days. I don't see us making I wouldn't try to make some huge move for just a rental. Granted, the last two games we've gotten the crap kicked out of us, but I do think we have a core team that we can build on this year and can win this year. So the last thing I'd want to do is panic. Basically, more than anything else, bullpen help, possibly a starting pitcher, although that starting rotation is going to get crowded once Cole comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more or less what I would do.
Jonathan?
I would get a lefty reliever. I would also try to get another bat, maybe someone who could play first base in case Rizzo is just out of it for the rest of the year, or possibly trade for someone who can play first base next year. I don't know. I don't think they need to make big moves. I think everything will be a small move, similar to what happened in '98. I think this team, when fully healthy, is ready to win now, and they probably just need that one little push to get them over the edge. So I don't expect any major moves unless there's a serious injury.
Buckeye?
We need serviceable players in spots where we have guys that are just not hitting.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been hitting for a long time. I mean, running into a ball to put it over the fence every now and then is not a major league ball player.
Mm-hmm.
We need someone who can service the field, but who can hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about hitting 300. Heck, 275 would make it for me. Because they're going to run into a home run.
Yes, they will. Javi?
All right, so the trade deadline, honestly, I should, if I was the general manager, just get rid of Torres. I had enough of his stupid errors at defensively. I also want to just get rid of Rizzo too, because he's not doing good offensively this season, and even worse, he's not batting well.
True. Ken?
Well, hell, if I had that philosophy, I'd have got rid of Judge in April. But that wouldn't have worked out too well for me. However,
We know that's never gonna happen, Ken. We know
Mhm.
that's never gonna happen.
if you
But
look
we'll
at the
see what
composite,
happens. We'll see.
if you look at the composite for the Yankees, I think one of the key players that's not in the lineup and not with the team is Birdie. He is a slap hitter. He is a plate table setter.
Yep.
He's the type of hitter that I like to see on the team.
With a lot of speed.
Yep, he's versatile and he can get things done on the base path. Do you know what his status is?
He strained his calf muscle,
Yeah, I
so
knew that.
he won't. I don't think he's going to be back for probably 4 weeks.
Okay.
So I wouldn't expect him back until probably July.
So before the trade deadline, then.
Yes.
And I
Then
don't expect Cole to come back until before the trade deadline as well. And Schmidt, I predict an August return for him. So it's sometime after the trade deadline.
Javier, let Ken finish.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
if I was to do additions, I don't think we need to add a bat. I think we have enough bats on the team. We just need to get them playing in the right positions. Shuffling with Rizzo and Torres possibly, although Torres has been hitting lately. He just can't field shit.
Nope.
I would look to add a setup guy in the pen and possibly a middle reliever. And that would be just about it.
Consigliere?
Well, I guess my concern is our bench right now. I don't know that we really have anything that, we're talking about, wanting to take some of these fielders off the field, but we got nobody to replace them with. And if we're not going to let a Rizzo go, if we're not going to let a Torres go, then we got to have some bench players that can come in and take their place and hit the ball. Birdie's not available right now, so we've got 4 spots being taken on the bench. By who? Jemiah Jones comes in as a pinch runner and a ninth-inning fielding replacement, so he's providing no value to us. So that's the first place I would take a look at right now that might have an impact for some of these players that are causing us problems, and that would allow us to move some people around on the infield to see what we can do to get Torres off the field and get someone who can catch the ball playing second base, so we can at least keep us in the game when it's close ones. And then, the bullpen definitely needs some help. I mean, Santana showed us today why he's definitely dead weight.
Yeah.
I mean, falling asleep at the wheel and not even covering first base on a basic play. We can't have that from a pitcher. We've got to have someone who can throw strikes. We've got to have someone who knows how to play the game of baseball, which is you cover first base if your first baseman's catching the ball. You don't wake up after the runner's already at first base and and then cover the bag. It doesn't work.
Yep.
So,
And to Jack's point too, Efros and Nick Birdie are coming back, so we're gonna have some reinforcements to come. But I agree with Jonathan. Do I take a lefty, like a Garrett Crochet, something like that? Will probably
I don't even know any updates on EFOS. I haven't seen anything about
July.
it since April.
July.
Hey, Jason, if you take Crochet, the Sox have got him stretched out as a starter. Where do you put him? Does he go into the pen, or is he a starter?
I go long relief with him.
Oh.
Long relief, a guy can throw a couple innings a couple times a week. That's the way I would use him. I would not try to get him to be like a full blown stretched out starter. I would go long relief.
I was surprised they didn't bring Weaver in today for long relief to replace Cortez, unless they're saving him for tomorrow in case Hill needs help.
Yeah, I would agree. I think as the rubber game tomorrow, we'll probably see him tomorrow. I'm guessing so, and I'm hoping that Hill shoves. Man, I'm really hoping that Hill shoves tomorrow. So
yeah,
we'll see. Peraza's not hitting in AAA. Some of these other guys like Yorba Viva's not really hitting in AAA. There's some prospects that are killing the ball right now.
Robert Vivas is coming back from injury.
Yeah, fractured orbital.
Yeah.
He's already back in games. He's already back in rehab games.
Yeah, I think Vivas is someone who could play second base
course.
next year.
Yeah. And he's got like
And
5 years. Oh,
Vivas is why I was comfortable even letting Torres walk before he sucked.
no, I get it.
I get it as well.
No, Torres is going to be a wild card, I think, at the deadline. But like, if they trade him, I don't know what they're going to get for him. Maybe you can get
He
some
has no
international.
trade value.
Yeah, maybe
What
you can get some
trade value
international.
did he do?
You never can tell. We
A
traded.
stick of bubblegum, a pack of popcorn.
I don't think you're going to
Hey,
get much.
we traded freaking shitty Joey Gallo and got Beater.
Well,
Clayton Beetle,
Joey
yeah.
Gallo had some lefty power. I guess the Dodgers valued lefty power, or maybe they were desperate. But
Perhaps when he was hitting 125,
maybe
didn't really see that as a plus.
maybe Cashman can pull that rabbit out of his hat and come up with a top 20 prospect again. I don't know.
We'll see what Cashman can come up with. I think he'll make a couple of moves at the deadline. Maybe a couple of additions, a couple of
He has
subtractions.
to.
You know, but I like it. The only bat that makes sense to add, if they're going to add, would be Ryan McMahon. But like Ken said, I don't know if he's available now. So if he becomes available, he makes sense to consider bringing on the third base.
Well, the Rockies, they have locked up their shortstop long term,
They did.
and for their team to get any stability, they're going to need to lock up a few more good players. McMahon being one of them.
McMahon's locked up. He's got 5 more years of control on a cheap contract.
Okay.
So
That's-
McCann
that
is going to
doesn't value.
be, if he gets traded, he's going to be an expensive trade.
Yeah, you'd have to give up some decent prospects for him. But he's a young, defensively gifted third baseman who's got multiple years of control. And those years of control are, that's what you want to add. Like if you want to complement Juan Soto, you can get like that. You'd have third base solid for the next 5 years. So
What about offering an extension to Volpe?
I've been saying it for the whole year.
Like that. Yeah.
I would give him
I mean, he's a guy who
I would probably give him an 8-year, $100 million contract.
he
I
hit 209 last year, and he's hitting close to 290 this year. I'd say that he's earning his stripes.
Yeah.
I would try to extend him now before he becomes Bobby Witt expensive, man. You can give him I'll sign up for 120 million now, or you could wait another year. If he hits 300, you gotta give him 240. Do you really want to do that?
Well, if you offered him 8 years at 120 million, how much is that per year?
15 a year. 15 a year.
15 a year. That's a pretty good salary, and of course he'll want an opt-out.
Sign him. Sign me up for that.
Yeah, but what you're doing is you're buying out his ARB years, where his price is probably going to jump.
Yeah.
That's what you're avoiding is the huge hit in
He's got-
arbitration.
He's got another after this year. He's got another pre-ARB year and then 4 and 3 ARB years. He's got 4 more years. So you buy those 4 years out and then give him 4 years in free agency.
Can you build incentives into that contract?
What's that?
Can you build incentives into that contract?
You can.
Sure.
So
Sure, why not?
if he eclipses 310, 315,
Maybe give him $1 million bonus.
Maybe.
Or something.
maybe give him a bonus.
You could do something like that.
Put
Performance.
incentives in there.
Yeah, you can add those types of things, and again, you'd be locking up his prime years, 22 to 30. Like,
And the way Hill is pitching, I might extend him for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I agree.
yeah, now's the time to do it. I mean, look at the Braves are doing, locking up everybody. So, all their young kids.
Sorry
Come
to
on.
interrupt.
I think the Braves is actually the model that the Yankees have to.
Yeah.
You saw how Steinbrenner complained how bloated the payroll is. Well, how do you solve that problem? You lock up the young kids to long-term contracts before they're worth $20 to $30 million a year.
Yeah, and I don't know many young kids who are going to turn down $10 million a year. So, Like Volpe would be going from 750K to 10 million. That's a nice raise. It's a hell of a raise. It's 15 times. That's the mother load raise.
Well, that's what they should do. That Volpe has proven himself. He can hit. He won a Gold Glove. He's worth $10 million.
He's shown that he is. I mean, it would be wise to consider locking, to at least try to lock him up.
And like I said, the same with Hill. I would offer him a 4 or 5 year deal at maybe 8 to 10 million per year.
Absolutely.
Yep. Get these guys secured, man.
And keep our young kids, and don't get them thinking I'm so good. I'm like Aaron Judge. I'm like Juan Soto. I need generational money. No, you keep them in contract for long term at a decent price. You pay them what they're worth.
They're gonna be in a tough spot if they wait too long to lock up some of these guys. So,
Well, that's right. If Hal needs to, that's one thing I didn't like about what Hal said about his contract and the stadium debt and all that other shit. He has the option to lock up his young kids. The last guy they did that to was Severino. Unfortunately, he didn't work out. The other guy they did that to was Cano.
Yeah.
And they let him go in free agency, which turned out to be a good thing. So they've done it twice in the last, 30 years?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Is it possible that Hal was doing that as a playing point for Boris?
I don't
Very
know.
possible.
I don't know.
If Hal wants to shut Boris' mouth, he can just offer a young kid what we said, $10 to $15 million a year for 8 years, and see what the player said, and not the agent.
True. Yep.
You lock those kids up for 8 years, Boris is going to be retired.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll never sit down across the table
anyway.
and write a contract.
You won't have to deal with it. He'll be 80 by then.
Yeah.
You won't have to deal with him. That's a great point, Buckeye. It's a fantastic point. Oh my gosh. Well, we're thinking forward. I like that we're coming up with some solutions here. And
Yes, we're still paying.
who are you going to replace Dominguez with, Aiden? Dominguez will not play if you call him up. That's the problem.
The only way Dominguez gets called up is if Soto goes on the IL. That's the only way.
And I don't even know if that's going to happen.
Well,
but again,
why do we have to? We have Oswaldo. We can stick out in the outfield. We know he can play there.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to call up Dominguez if he's not going to play every day. It makes zero sense to do that. I know if fans want it, but so what? Okay, I mean, you got to do what's right for the team here. I know we had a good 2 weeks last year, but 2 weeks, then he got hurt. And then he got hurt. Let's be smart. Let's handle them with care. Like really, it's. So I mean, I wouldn't do it, but that's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jason. Fun fact, Dominguez had Tommy John surgery, so he missed the rest of last season, which is why everybody wants him to be called up this year. But the truth is, who are you gonna replace him? Who are you gonna put Dominguez to replace? Who are you gonna put Dominguez? There's not gonna be enough room for him. He's not gonna play every day.
True. So, Michael, nobody's ever made $20 million a year in pre-art. Nobody. No. This is something to keep in mind too. You might escalate to that at some point, but you won't get $20 million a year now. And I mean, only recently the guys start making like Soto and Ohtani, and all due respect to Volpe, but he's not either one of those guys.
Exactly.
So, $20 million a year. I do think Volpe's good enough to eventually make that, but not going to make it during pre-arb. So, and that's just the way that they structure these types of things. But I don't think Volpe will turn down a chance. Now it might be 15 million a year, 3 years, 120. I would sign up for that too, probably. So, and he'd be locked up until he's 30, and he can still get a big free agent contract at 30, like a lot of these other players get. That's when you can get if he's still playing well, you can get another whopper of a contract. But I don't know many kids who are 22 are going to turn down $100 million.
Absolutely.
If you're 22 and you get an 8-year deal, you definitely want an opt-out in that contract.
I don't know if the kids are going to get that. I don't think not a single
necessarily.
Brave player got an opt-out.
Yeah.
Not a single Brave player got an opt-out.
Really?
Because he's getting 15 million for the first 4 years as well, which is when he would be in pre-arb, and there's no way in those years he'd be getting 15 mil in regular salary.
He will have made $60 million before he even became a free agent.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
So there's no way they're going to give him more than that or give him an opt-out.
Yeah, and again, those kids, like I said, Acuna doesn't have an opt-out either. It's these kids lock them up. When they get a chance to lock up these 9-figure deals, they generally do. So, and because you don't know, like, do we know Acuna was going to be this good before he signed his contract? Like, I know he's hurt this year, but did any of us think he was going to go 70-40 last year? I know I didn't, but he did. Like, that was after he signed his contract. So, like, now he could probably get $400 million in a contract.
We also have 61 likes.
61 likes. All right, let's keep hitting those likes, gang. Anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up, let's try to get over 100 if we can. But I think but you guys ready for some? You ready to have some fun? We'll do movie night.
Yeah.
So look.
Yeah, we've had enough depression for the night.
Yeah. Let's pivot. So
Let's
for those
cheer ourselves up with a movie night, guys.
Yeah. For those that haven't heard, we set this up. We're doing White Panel movie night. So each one of us is going to give our favorite actresses 10, favorite actors 10, movies 10.
Oh my gosh.
So if you have them, and if you don't worry about it. Okay, if you whatever you come up with. All right.
I have my list right here.
We'll start. We're gonna start off with Clemenzi's right at the top there in the middle, man. We'll get you.
Okay. All right. So
Save
10 favorite actors. Number one, and no particular order. I mean, I like all these guys, but Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Christopher Walken, Gene Hackman, Clint Eastwood, Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin, Christopher Lee, Colin Firth, and Kenneth Branagh.
That's a good list.
Yeah,
Would you add anybody to honorable mention?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, it's a good list, Jonathan.
Top 5, top 10 actors.
Yeah, if you have 10, if you don't have 10, it's okay.
I probably have 10. I have off the top of my head. I didn't make a list. Robert Redford, Robert De Niro, Jack Nicholson. Let's see. Who else? I mean, I met Chadwick Boseman, so I liked him.
I like Boseman. He's a good actor.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman. What's that guy from the Javier Bardem? I liked him. I liked. I said Redford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I off the top of my head, it's hard to think of all of them. When I was young, I was a big Schwarzenegger fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was also a big Michael J. Fox fan. So Michael J. Fox before
Fox.
Yeah, I liked him. I was a big fan of his.
All right.
I don't know how many was that.
What about you, Buckeye?
Paul Newman, Bradford. They played a lot together.
Yes, they do.
Oh my gosh.
You guys didn't do your homework.
I didn't. I didn't.
people with lives have other things to do. So
I think I'm better. I think I'm better with the top 10 actresses.
Billy, I did it during the game tonight.
NFB, what's up, my guy?
There was plenty of time during the game tonight, Billy.
What's up, Javi?
We're doing movie night, NFE.
Yeah.
Finished talking about baseball, so if you get
don't
in
have
on
your
it,
list, start writing it down now.
top 10 actors, our favorite 10 actors, favorite 10 actresses, favorite 10 movies.
Oh, so the actors and actresses are in separate categories as well?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, dang. Okay, I gotta, because I put a top 10 actors list and I had a couple of female actresses in there because, why not, right?
Yeah.
But I gotta separate the ladies now.
You didn't listen to the boss's instructions.
I wasn't in on the whole stream, good sir.
Yeah. Anybody? You think of anyone else, Buckeye? If you can't, it's not. It's
Matt
fine.
Damon.
Good
Matt
one.
Damon. My gosh.
I like Damon.
The guy from Equalizer.
Denzel.
Denzel.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, then
I like him a lot.
I forgot to
Love him.
mention him. He was a good guy.
That's a list, man.
My gosh.
Tough one. A tough one. There's a lot of good ones.
Trying to think of who I've met.
Yeah.
When you grow up and you're so old as I am and your grandfather brings you to Broadway, you meet a lot of these people and you just forget them.
How about John Lithgow? He's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. If you want to get back to us, I'm gonna turn the floor to Javi. See what he has.
Oh, yeah.
If you think of any more, Buckeye, jump right in. What do you got, Javi?
Well, this is tough. I mean, there are like a lot of actors and actresses in Hollywood. So then again, I just cannot think of favorite actors and actresses off the top of my head. So I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Just pass. Go ahead and pass.
We have to pass.
I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
pass.
All right, Ken, you're up.
All right. I've got, in no particular order, Robert Redford, James Stewart, John Wayne, Russell Crowe, Bing Crosby, Keanu Reeves, Clark Gable, Clint Eastwood, Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hanks, and Matt Damon's my honorable mention.
That's a good list right there. That's Consigliere?
All right. What's ironic is we all seem to have Robert Redford as number one on our list. But so I've got Redford, Pacino, De Niro, Harrison Ford, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, Samuel Jackson, Paul Newman, Keanu Reeves, and Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
That's the list. That's a heavy
That's
hitter
the
list.
list.
Right there. What about you, NFE?
All right, actors, and again, no particular order. So I got Denzel Washington. I got Jim Carrey, because I had to include some comedy in there. Keanu Reeves, Brad Pitt, Al Pacino, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, Sean Penn. I do like Sean Penn, Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman.
Damn, another heavy hitter list. I'm up, I guess. No particular order either. I got Morgan Freeman, Robin Williams, Tom Hanks, Kevin Spacey, Sean Connery, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Charles S. Dutton, Gene Hackman, Denzel Washington. But honorable mention, Ray Liotta, Chaz Palminteri, Matt Damon.
Robin Williams is one I didn't.
Yeah, my honorable mention would have been Sean Connery.
He's another great one. I like Robin Williams because of his versatility too. Serious roles, crazy roles. So
I loved his stand-up comedy, especially when he talked about golf.
I saw him live in Atlantic City. He was crazy.
Did he talk about golf in your live show?
I don't remember. I saw him so long ago.
But his take on golf is so funny, especially if you know how to golf like I do.
Oh yeah.
It's the best stand-up comedy you can watch.
I just watched Robin Williams' Good Morning Vietnam.
That's a great movie.
Just watched it the other night.
Great movie.
All right, incredible.
Gentlemen, let's move to the actresses. Clemenza.
Okay.
You go first, man.
Okay. Top 10 actresses: Susan Sarandon, Elizabeth Shue, Amy Adams, Florence Pugh, Talia Shire, Edie Falco, Cameron Diaz, Helen Mirren, Elizabeth Moss, and Kate Winslet.
That's a good list.
Yeah.
That's a good Jonathan. Damn, that's a really good list.
I have Meryl Streep, Angelina Jolie. I need to count on my fingers. Jodie Foster, uh, Kate Winslet. I like her. Let's see. Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh. I have three more. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Susan Sarandon, Natalie Portman, and someone. What's her name? Charlie Theron, I think.
Charlie's the one.
That's one I
Okay.
like.
What about you, Buckeye?
I just got two.
What do you got?
And I guess what there's more that I don't like about actresses today than I like. So I'm going back to Shirley Temple and Doris Day. Classy.
Classics.
Just
My
classy.
It's big time classics right there.
I don't need an actress to rip her clothes off to like her.
Yeah.
I hear that.
One actress I did like, though, that I forgot to mention is Elizabeth Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed watching her old shows.
Donna Reed. Nice.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Harvey? Are you in this one? Or are you passing?
So there's a lot of great actresses I could think of, like that lady who's on. Oh, Mariska Hargitay. Yeah, I see that lady on Law and Order SVU. That's a great show, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great show. And
anybody else?
That's about it. That's
all
I could think of for right now.
All right, that's all right. Ken?
All right, I've got Amy Adams, Maureen O'Hare, Kate Blanchett, Nicole Kidman, Meryl Streep, Kate Winslet, Gal Gadot, Deborah Winger, Marissa Tomei, and Talia Shire. And my honorable mention is Donna Reed.
Well, we know why you've got Gal Gadot on there, so that's.
Did you ever see Nicole Kidman, one of her first movies from 1986? I think it's called Wind Riders. I think that's one of her first movies.
I'm not sure. Wind Riders. I'm not sure.
Wind Riders. That was the name of it. I remember seeing it, and it's a very hard movie to find.
Not sure.
If you go back and you watch your favorite actresses' first movies, you can really get a better feel for who they are now.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to look up old movies. Like, for example, Meryl Streep, I saw a movie from her from 1979, one of her first movies. And it was very good, very different than what she usually does nowadays.
I like it. Consigliere? Take it.
I've got Julia Roberts, Natalie Portman, Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Scarlett Johansson, Faye Dunaway, Marisa Tomei, Halle Berry, Jodie Foster, and Glenn Close.
Halle Berry is another one.
The VIP list right there. What about you, Anna?
I want to add an augment to my honorable mentions, and Audrey Hepburn's the other one.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. What about you, Anna? You're up.
So I got Halle Berry, Sandra Bullock, Jennifer Aniston, Cameron Diaz, Angelina Jolie, Jodie Foster, Naomi Watts, Nicole Kidman, Penelope Cruz, Marissa Tomei.
Very good list. Very good list.
That's a list.
That's a list. I guess I'm up. I got Glenn Close, Meryl Streep, Halle Berry, Octavia Spencer, Kate McKinnon because of what she does in Saturday Night Live, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jennifer Esposito, Marissa Tomei, Anne Hathaway, and Susan Sarandon. That's my 10. Honorable mention, Charlize Theron as well. That's my 10.
She makes everybody's honorable mention.
Yeah. She's
I got a
pretty
few more.
Now, let's get to the
I got a
creme
few
de la
more.
creme, gentlemen.
I got a couple more.
Our top 10 movies, our favorite movies. Jonathan, you're in the top of the center now. You're up first, my man.
Top 10. I have to say the Back to the Future trilogy. So maybe I'll count that as one.
Yes, one.
Yeah, and the the first two Terminators, I'll count that as one. I like Avatar, Titanic, Avengers Endgame. I enjoyed that one. The new Dune, I really enjoyed. I would say that's one of my top 10 right now. More old movies. The original, some of the James Bond, Doctor No, I enjoyed. This what's what's the other one? The one that there's another James. There's a lot of James Bond that I like. Maybe I should put that all in one category.
It's hard to
Put 'em
go.
on.
Yeah. How many was that? I have so many movies. I used to be when I was with Netflix still ordering movies for them. I probably ordered over 1,500 movies before they shut down.
My God.
So I saw old movies like Billy Bathgate from Nicole Kidman. I saw
Good Lord.
so many old movies that nobody would think about renting these days. And it's very hard to find them on streaming.
Hell yeah. What about you, Buckeye?
Yeah. Godfather 1, Godfather 2. Equalizer 1, Equalizer 2. Not 3.
Good ones.
The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Oof. It's a good movie. That's a great movie.
A River Runs Through It.
Oh, another one.
Another good one.
Showboat.
Showboat. All right.
That's a long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Joel and I are the only ones that remember Showboat.
I know the movie.
Showboat. My God. All right. All right. Any other ones? Is that you good?
All the Matt Damon movies.
Can't go wrong.
Every one of them.
Can't go wrong. He was in Mystic Pizza.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Used to live 40 miles from there.
Did you really?
Long time ago.
It's awesome. It's freaking awesome. Javi?
Okay. Super Mario Brothers movie. That's a great movie. What's them? Those movies with the Toy Story trilogy. Yeah, I enjoyed the Toy Story trilogy. Those are really great movies. I included the third one because that's the one that made almost everybody cry.
I
Plus
think
the
we
first
have
one.
four of them now.
Yeah, there's a fifth one coming soon. I also like to include Inside Out. I watched it and I saw it in the theater when it first came out in like 2015, 2016. And it's a great movie. I can't wait for the second movie to come soon. And that's all I could think of for right now. I will go on my phone right now to see if I could write any of the other notes.
All right.
All right, we'll come
Yeah.
back. We'll come back to you, Javier.
Okay.
What
What
you-
do you got, Texas?
I got one more.
Go ahead.
I got two more.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Schindler's List,
Oh, yeah.
probably the best movie ever written.
Fantastic.
And for my grandkids, Up.
Great movie. Great
I
movie.
love taking them to that movie. It was a great movie.
A fantastic movie.
All right, Ken.
All right, Ken, you're up, my man.
All right. The Deer Hunter,
Oh, shit. Classic.
Mr. Roberts, The Cane Mutiny,
Wow.
John Wick series as a whole, Run Silent, Run Deep, My Fair Lady, In Harm's Way, Sully,
Great movie.
Bridge of Spies, and I think that's it.
It's a good list. What about you, Consigliere?
All right, my number one will always be 3 Days of the Condor with Robert Redford and Faye Dunaway.
Yep.
Godfather, and it's the whole series. Indiana Jones, the whole series. John Wick, the whole series. Schindler's List, Casablanca, Star Wars, Enemy of the State, Hunt for Red October, and really all the Jack Ryan movies, and Mission Impossible, the new ones.
That's a heavy hitters list right there.
Yeah, no one.
That's heavy hitters. What about you, Clemenza?
All right. I chose Godfather 2, although I think you could probably put any of the Godfathers in there, but Godfather 2 is my favorite. Goodfellas,
Yeah.
Heat, The Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One, The Counselor, Q&A. That's an old movie from I think the mid '80s. Nick Nolte and Timothy Hutton were in that one. The Natural, Bull Durham, and Hoffa.
Oh,
There's another movie I enjoy that nobody has mentioned. Once Upon a Time in America.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
Wow, good movie.
Did you saw that one?
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, early Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I can.
And
I can
honorable
throw some
mention
more.
Dune too.
I thought you were going to say
Which one?
13 going on 30.
Which one, Billy? Which honorable mention?
I'm 30.
Honorable mention is Dune 2, because I
Dune
can't
2.
get enough of that movie.
Okay. NFE, stop taking cheat notes and let's go.
I'm just writing down some honorable mentions there. I got my movies ready though. I got my movies ready. So there's so many of them that I'm just they're coming to my brain. So I'm like, oh my
But you're
god.
we're looking at top 10 right now.
Well, the top 10 that I have right now, is Mystic River, The Matrix, Terminator 2, Goodfellas, My Cousin Vinny, Fight Club, Training Day, Godfather, The Sandlot, The Departed.
Damn. It's a good list.
And then, I got other movies like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Heat, Star Wars, Nutty Professor. I love all these movies, but it was just hard to come up with 10. But the first 10 that I mentioned, though, those were the
Well,
movies.
NFE, I've got
I forgot to
1,200
mention that Eddie Murphy.
1,200 DVDs.
Eddie Murphy was one of my favorites.
1,200 DVDs, my goodness.
Damn.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
another 250 on Vudu. So I've got a lot of movies.
On Vudu, my library is over 1,800 movies,
Yeah.
and I've got shelves and shelves of DVDs. I actually have some of the VHSs too.
Damn.
Yeah, I've got
But,
my HD DVD still and a player.
One of the ones that I wanted to add was Pride of the Yankees.
Gary Cooper.
Yep. And another Gary Cooper movie, Sergeant York. I liked Gladiator with Russell Crowe, a crap load.
Yeah.
The King's Speech and The Imitation Game.
Yeah, All right.
Yes, I would go along with Ken's Imitation Game. That was real good. I'd also have to add 61,
Yeah.
and Ben-Hur is another real good one.
Which version?
The original from 50s or 60s. I think it's like late 50s.
I think it was a 59 movie.
Yeah.
I need to add Exodus.
That was with Kurt, what was it?
Paul
Russell?
Newman.
Kurt Russell's father? Or, what was
Which
his name?
one? Which one? Ben-Hur?
Ben-Hur? Oh, not Kurt Russell's father. What's his name?
Is he Kirk Douglas?
Kirk Douglas.
Yes, that's Kurt Douglas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking about the Kurt and the wrong name, but the similar name. Kirk Douglas. He's another actor I enjoyed.
Yeah. Well, let me give you my list. Hoosiers, Godfather 1 and 2, Den of Thieves,
Mm.
Law-Abiding Citizen,
Mm.
Yeah.
Goodwill Hunting,
Yeah.
Heat, Dead Poets Society,
Yes.
Shawshank Redemption,
Yes.
Predator,
Yes.
and Rambo First Blood.
Ho, ho, ho.
Honorable mention, the original Halloween, the original Revenge of the Nerds, the original Porky's.
A lot of violence and gore in that list.
Yeah,
but
you're
gotta
a
have-
diehard horror fan. I could tell that. I could tell.
I go to horror movie conventions, my man.
I don't mind horror movies. I used to be scared of them, but not anymore.
I know how to play the Halloween theme song on the piano. So,
Jonathan, when I was younger, I saw a movie called The House of Usher, and in that movie they buried people alive, and I had nightmares for months about.
Well, I remember watching. I think I watched Terminator 2 when I was 8 years old, and I couldn't sleep for a while. I was probably 7 or 8 years old the first time I watched that movie.
When Jaws 1 came out, I didn't go in the ocean for 2 years.
Oh,
Which
man.
Jaws?
When Salem's Lot was on TV, I had to sleep with my back to the window for about 3 years.
I forgot to add.
Oh, we're now talking about people getting scared of horror movies.
Well, being scared of horror movies when I was a kid really built up my tolerance for today.
Well, I was over 20 years old when I saw Jaws, and that still scared the crap out of me.
Well,
My God,
I remember-
I think we need a bigger boat.
Hang on,
I am
Ken's trying to say
sorry you had to be like scared of the freaking horror movie.
All right, Ken's trying to say something.
It prepared us
I
for
remember,
tonight, actually.
My old man took us to a drive-in theater, and we saw a double feature. The top billing was Patton, and the bottom half was freaking Jaws. And I was crapping myself during Jaws. My dad's an island guy, so he's talking about going in the ocean and the sharks and shit like that. I'm like, there ain't no fucking way I'm going in the ocean again.
See it before you go swimming. That was the tagline of that movie.
If I can add a couple, guys, I forgot them. A Scent of a Woman,
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
Wow.
Al
Toy
Pacino.
Soldiers.
Yeah.
Toy Soldiers. I don't know if you ever seen that one. Louis Gossett Jr. and Sean Astin.
Yeah.
And Hutton was in there also. I forget his first name.
Charles Dutton.
No, Hutton.
Timothy.
Timothy Hutton.
Yeah. I mentioned those, and I Major League, the original Major League.
Yeah.
It's a
That was
I got a couple.
They
I
should
got
have
a
made
couple.
the sequels.
Go ahead, Bugger.
Full Metal Jacket.
Classic. You can't go wrong.
And from my grandfather's past, White Christmas.
All right.
White Christmas, classic.
Well,
Full
for
Metal
my-
Jacket,
my-
maybe you have to have Apocalypse Now on that list
Yes.
because
I mean,
that was
I
was
could
a
probably
classic.
put most of the James Bond by Sean Connery and Roger Moore. Those two. The other James Bond actor I like is probably Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, he was probably a close second. I actually liked him better than Roger Moore.
So how about this? Who are your top 5 top James Bond actors in order? The top James Bond actors.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's easy. So Sean Connery is number 1.
Mhm.
Pierce Brosnan is number 2. Roger,
Moore.
what's his name?
Roger Moore.
More.
Roger Moore is 3. I didn't like the rest of them.
Daniel Craig.
Oh,
Yeah.
Daniel Craig. All right. Yeah, I guess he's okay.
He's
But the other ones that were like fill-ins in between Connery and the other ones,
That's
I didn't care for.
I think that's George Lazenby.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there's an Irish guy too who I could see him. I can't remember his name, which probably means why I don't care for him.
Yes, that's why I can't come. I can't go up with 5.
All right. What was the worst movie you've ever seen?
Oh my god.
Oh man, I just
The
saw
one that I was pissed off leaving the movie theater is This Is Ishtar. I was
The worst
fucking
movie,
pissed that I paid
the worst movie that I ever saw was probably Kids.
Actually, I correct
I
that.
remember that.
This is Spinal
You saw-
Tap.
That was a terrible movie.
Yeah, and
I
I paid
remember
money
that.
to go see the shit on a date.
You saw Kids on a date?
Yeah, I took a girl out on a date to that fucking movie, and I was so agitated that I had to sit and watch the
I'm
whole
surprised
goddamn
she
thing.
didn't walk out of that movie.
She enjoyed it.
God.
She enjoyed it. That's why we didn't laugh.
She enjoyed it.
I got one.
I bought the DVD. I watched it once and I threw it in the garbage.
Hang on, John. Go ahead, Texas.
Hey, Casper.
I got one, and I went to the movie thinking that I would really like it because I like Bob Dylan. Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
the music. I didn't necessarily like the movie. I really love the
Some
music.
people shouldn't have gone from music to acting.
All right. Javi, worst you ever seen?
Worst movie I've ever seen. Oh my gosh.
Tough one.
Just one that made me really infuriating. I heard people saying that Thomas and the Magic Railroad was a failure, but I actually liked that movie, and I used to watch Thomas a lot when I was a lot younger, so I'll just skip that. I don't really know, as a matter of fact, so I'm gonna pass.
All right. Ken?
Well, he just told you
worst
this is the
movie?
final.
Sorry,
This is Spinal Tap.
So, even though I mentioned that I like all the Star Wars, the one that I hated was the one with fucking Jar Jar Binks.
The first one.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, to me,
that actor actually.
Well,
came back and-
Jonathan, I don't recognize that as really being the first one because I started with 3, 4, 5, and 6.
I know, I did as well.
Yeah.
But in the movie theaters when it first came out, after waiting in line for hours,
I had the same reaction. I remember walking away from that movie thinking, okay, this can't suck, right? And then I had to go see it again. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
that
it did.
was pretty bad.
It did.
You know,
Is that your worst, Lorenzo? Is that your worst?
I have
Well-
a question. How many times have you seen the same? What is the most times you've seen the same movie in the movie theater?
In the movie theater.
I saw Rogue One
In the
4 times.
movie theater. How many times have you seen one movie in the movie theater?
I saw Top
Never
Gun.
as an adult, but probably as a kid. Swiss Family Robinson as a kid, like all summer long. My gosh, funny. I loved it.
My record is 6. I saw one movie 6 times in the theater,
Really?
along
Really?
with a second movie 5 times. I saw Attack of the Clones 6 times, and I saw Avatar 5 times.
Really?
Oh my God.
I saw Avatar 2 days in a row because I had 2 friends wanted to see it with me, and I said yes to both of them.
I
Because
fell asleep during the first Avatar movie.
they couldn't see it with me on the same day.
I think my worst movie, it's one that I recently watched, and it's a documentary. It's called JFKX Solving the Crime of the Century. And I mean, I'm a history buff, and I am fascinated with all things having to do with the JFK assassination. And the conclusions that they reached were so weird about the Zapruder film. I stopped watching. It just a steaming bowl of crap, man. So.
Which one is the wall that retired war vet put up?
The Wall. Did anybody hear what The Wall? I haven't heard about The Wall. Warvet brought up The Wall. We got
Pink Floyd movie?
We got Purple Rain in here. We got Texas Chainsaw Massacre 73. That's probably one of the most highly rated horror movies of all time. The Exorcist, the original Exorcist.
Oh yeah, God, that screwed me up for a while.
I love the smell of napalm in them all. Yeah. Warvet. Yeah. How about you, NFE? What was the worst movie?
I got to look back because it was a long time ago, and I remember I left that movie there. And I'm like, that movie sucked, and I don't even remember the name of the movie. It's probably a good thing because it was that bad. So, and this was like probably 24 years ago. So I'm drawing a blank on it. I'd have to look it up, and because I remember what month and what year it was. I just don't remember the name of the movie. Like I said,
Here's another shit movie that I went to go see called Spies Like Us.
With
Chevy Chase and Dan
Chevy Chase.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be
I was
humorous.
never a big fan of Chevy Chase.
I'm sorry to interrupt,
Huh?
but there's one movie on Paramount Plus that I don't want to watch at all. And then it's called Baby Shark's Big Movie. Yeah, you heard that movie? I don't want to watch it, but if I did, it will be horrible because I hate Baby Shark, and all of you do too.
Oh yeah.
Don't hand me that. You're probably singing Baby Shark in your car. When you go in the bathtub, you're singing Baby Shark. Give a freaking break.
Oh, no.
You were definitely the pup in the room.
You got me there, Ken.
I know.
I mean, I can't say that it's a bad movie, but I mean, my daughter was old enough, young enough to see Frozen, and she sang the Frozen song like every day, all the time.
Let It Go.
My granddaughter.
Yeah.
My granddaughter is 10, and every Disney musical that comes out, if she goes out with her father to see the movie, I don't have to go because I hear the music for months at a time.
Okay, guys.
How was your house when Frozen came out?
She was 5, maybe.
What about the second one?
Came out 2-3 years later, so 7, 8.
Yeah, I know someone who every time she came over my house and she was a kid at the time, she always wanted me to put on Frozen 2, and I just
Jonathan,
left that.
You have to stop dating teenagers, Jonathan.
What?
Well, yeah. See, I was kind of fortunate. My daughter was too cool for Frozen when Frozen 2 came out all of a sudden, and couldn't remember all the time she sang "Let It Go" over and over and over again. She still denies it, but I saw it there. I was there.
I have a
Let's-
tie, a two-way tie for the two shittiest movies.
Okay.
One was Cooper Mountain with Jim Carrey. It was the worst movie ever,
Didn't see that one, yeah.
and it's in a tie with Sharknado.
Yeah.
Well, how about the worst? What is the worst Jim Carrey movie you've seen besides that one?
Cooper Mountain. That's the only awful movie I've seen with Jim Carrey.
Besides that one,
That movie was a disaster. Every other movie I was okay with. Cooper
even
Mountain.
the Cable Guy.
There was
Which
one
one?
movie that he did.
How about the
Guy?
movie that you see? How about the movie that you've seen most often?
The movie that I've seen most often.
Yeah, one movie that you've seen most often.
I'm gonna say.
And
Either,
approximately how many times, if you know?
well, I've seen most
For
of.
me,
I've
I know.
seen the original Halloween probably 50 times. I've seen Rudy probably 50 times.
I think the two worst movies I've seen with Jim Carrey was probably the Cable Guy and the Number 23.
I was thinking of number 23.
Cooper
23,
Mountain,
yeah.
Cooper Mountain blows them away.
I've never seen that one, and probably it's a good thing.
It is total dog shit.
Well, then I'll never look it up.
Yeah.
Believe me.
It's
All right,
it's worse than the Number 23. It's worse than that movie.
Times 5.
My,
Did you ever see Midsommar?
Which one?
Midsommar. It's a pretty good one. It's pretty freaky, but it was made by the same guy who did Hereditary, and it's pretty. That's one of the movies that I've seen a lot. Whenever it comes on, that's a stop down. That and The Counselor. I can watch that movie over and over and over again.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
for me, Billy, it's 3 Days of the Condor, because ever since it came out in 1975, I watch it at least 3 times a year.
Really?
Yeah,
Uh,
because
movie,
All right, let's
Go
do
ahead.
one final How about one final category? Your
the,
favorite, your favorite
what's-
series, movie series, or trilogies, or
a movie series or trilogy?
yeah, movie series.
Okay.
That's a tough one. I'll have to get a few ties in that one. For me, I would have to go with 3-way tie, maybe a 4-way tie in terms of favorite between Back to the Future, Terminator, 1 and 2, of course. I like that. I like the so far the Avatar movies. I cannot stop watching that, and Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
All right.
I cannot have one. I have to have multiple.
No, I get it. I have multiples too. Buckeye, what do you got?
Oh, yeah. Godfather series.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta have more than one though.
It's hard. I mean, but like I don't know if anything can match the Godfather series. To be honest with you, but like, that's
They say it's the best of all time.
I think
I don't like the third one. I really don't. I don't like the actress. I think her lines are.
Coppola.
Yeah. She was a big part of that crappy movie. I mean, I watch it and I like it, but
I like the theme of it, but I didn't like. It was like they should have replaced her voice.
Yeah, I like the Andy Garcia in it.
Winona Ryder was actually chosen for that role, and she turned it down at the last minute.
who's that, Billy?
Winona Ryder is actually a pretty good actress.
Yeah, no, that-
I didn't think about.
Billy, what were you saying, Billy?
Winona Ryder was chosen to be Michael's daughter in
Ah.
Godfather 3 initially. She turned it down at the last minute.
Gotcha. Thanks.
I get you. I'm wondering if she regrets that.
All right, go ahead, Texas. We're still waiting for you.
You had asked earlier about the movie that I had seen the most.
Mhm.
Because of my family, every year since 1993, I've had to watch Schindler's List because my family is part of Yom HaShoah.
Yeah.
I have to. This year my family's film that was filmed by the SS of their execution was part of the library series during the Holocaust Remembrance Month.
Damn,
That was last month.
Oh, well,
Wow.
that one hits home for you.
Yeah, a lot.
All right, man. Respect, man. Javi, what do you got?
And wait, hang on one second. Texas, was there any more in the series? You mentioned The Godfather. Did you have any more series?
Damon series, what was it?
Born.
Yes, Born. All of them. I could watch them once a week and not be enough.
Yeah, I love the Born series.
Me too. Yep.
What about you, Javier?
Do you like the
All right, let me go. So, I mentioned the Toy Story trilogy and the Star Wars trilogy. Excuse me. But there's also one other trilogy I really love, and that is the Harry Potter trilogy.
All right.
Never seen it.
But there's 8 of them.
There's
Yeah.
8 of them, and you probably never heard of it because to some people, because there's like 8 movies.
I've seen them all.
Seen them
We've
all.
all, yeah, we've all seen them all.
Oh,
Jonathan,
really now?
is that all you do? Jonathan, you watch that many movies?
I seen them all when they first came out.
No.
You had to buy tickets in advance to get them.
Oh, really?
I've got the DVD set. Actually, I've got it in Blu-ray now.
Yeah. Now
Alright.
you can. I think you can. They were all on. I think you can all watch them all on Max.
Yeah, I agree. I watched them all, and they're like amazing movies. And what's that, Texas Black Guy? You have one more?
What's the funniest movie you've ever seen?
The original Porky's.
Well, that was fun.
Animal House.
Young Frankenstein.
Animal House?
Great movie. Too.
I saw the original Porky's, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't remember it.
Oh my god.
I've seen it though. I rented it from Netflix.
Funniest
I'm disappointed. One thing I'm very disappointed about is Netflix stopped with the DVD mailing. I always enjoyed it. I was with them since 2005, since when they ended. I still have my DVDs. I can, in honor of Netflix, I can show you a red folder. Should I do that?
Sure.
So
Go ahead.
in terms of funniest movie, Day at the Races with the Marx Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And actually that one and Night at the Opera. When they sit there and go, especially the scene when they go through the contract and they don't like the clauses and they keep tearing them off and say, we don't need this one, we don't need this one. And the contract winds up being 1 inch in size when they're done. And they say, we don't want to send any clause, throw that out.
We don't
In
need
honor
this.
of all the
We don't need
movies,
we don't need a Santa Claus.
Jason,
Mm.
in honor of all the movies that were said here today, you have a Netflix envelope.
Look at that, dude.
Look at
Oh, wow.
that.
Look at that, dude.
A
Wow.
Netflix envelope.
Yeah, legend
With that,
status right there,
you
dude.
get a cup of coffee.
Netflix was how I saw one of my favorite movies that I didn't mention, of course, was the foreign film, The Downfall, about the last days of the Third Reich. That's how I initially saw that movie. So yeah, I'm right there with you, Jonathan. I remember when you got movies through Netflix that way.
I got them until they stopped. I still have them. They
Yeah.
told me in the last email, here is all the movies you have left on your queue. Keep them as long as you like. So I did.
Okay.
Yeah, man. How about Ken? How about Gabe? Ken, how about you? Your favorite trilogies, your favorite series?
Indiana Jones would be one of them.
I think hard to go wrong with that.
I like the Fast and Furious series. Jason Bourne, John Wick, and the Jack Ryan series, including the
Yes, Jack Ryan.
including
Love
the four seasons that they had on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And I think that's you. Did you give us yours? You give us
My
yours
turn.
already?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Consigliere.
Oh, okay.
All you.
So, of course, Condor. I mean, sorry, Godfather. John Wick is a definite. All 5 of the Jason Bourne. All of the Jack Ryan, including the ones with Pine from Star Trek, which was the last one. Mission Impossible. And Indiana Jones was another one,
Yeah. Good ones.
especially with the ride at Disneyland.
Mm. How about you, Anthony?
Man, series. So, love the Matrix. Love the Matrix
Yeah.
series. Star Wars, of course. I do like the Star Wars series. Who else? What other series are out there? Terminator was cool. I like Terminators 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I did like Terminator 1 and 2.
After the second one, they were not worth it.
Yeah, I didn't really care for after that. I didn't care for it.
I think James
5 of them
Cameron
now, I think.
James Cameron left after the second one. That's why they sucked.
You guys said a couple of other ones. I mean, John Wick. I mean, you can't go wrong with John Wick. That was a great.
Yeah.
That John Wick is awesome. What else is out there? You guys said it. Huh? James Bond. I didn't like all of them though. That's the thing. It's hard for me to say James Bond. Like I did like Sean Connery. That guy was awesome.
Sean Connery, James Bond.
Yeah, I'm aware. But no, like I said, Star Wars, Matrix, John Wick. I mean, those series were awesome. I really like those series a lot. It's hard to just pick one, honestly.
There were only 2 of the Crow, right? War Vet. There was only 2 of those.
Yeah. Yeah, there were 2 of them.
Oh, Sin City's bringing up Austin Powers. Oh, Die Hard was a good one. Austin Powers was actually pretty funny. Actually,
That is funny.
Yeah, that was pretty hilarious.
But you, Clemenza?
I think it's going to be a 4-way tie. Godfather, the Star Wars series, and then, well, actually 3-way tie. Lord of the Rings. I really felt like those movies were really, really close to the book and the books, and I was just nuts about them. So, yeah, only three-way tie. So.
I like it.
I'm glad you brought that. I'm glad you brought Lord of the Rings up because I totally forgot about that. That's definitely
That's
up
on my
there.
list too.
I'm going to Godfathers. I'm going to Die Hard series. Oceans 11, 12, and 13.
You don't want to include Ocean's 8? You don't want Ocean's 8 with the women?
It's okay. I like 11, 12, and 13 the best.
Well, Ocean's 11. Are you talking the original movie included?
Sure. I like the one with George Clooney and Andy Garcia.
No, he's talking. Wasn't there another one with Sinatra in it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be
It was with the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
I'm also adding the Bourne series, the Wick series. I'm also adding the Dark Knight series.
Oh my God!
Mm,
Yes,
There we go.
Batman.
Dark Knight series.
Dark Knight. Now you're talking.
And I'm adding a 3-headed monster, Friday the 13th series, Nightmare on Elm Street, and the Halloween series. Because I'm a
Now,
degenerate movie fan. So.
What I didn't realize was, in terms of the Dark Knight series, I didn't realize that was Snyder.
Yep.
That did those.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until after the the latest 2 movies that came out with Superman and that I saw that Snyder did all those previous ones as well.
That movie, that series. I mean, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. That three-headed monster was unbelievable.
The Snyder cut of the Justice League was so much better than the original.
Which one?
The Snyder cut of the Justice League was
Yeah.
much better than the original Justice League.
Yes, 4 hours.
Yeah, but it was better, much better.
My man's
Well,
got
it
trouble.
included all the, it was the director's view.
Yeah, the Death Wish
of the movie.
series. Yes.
I'm sorry, what was that, Texas?
Oh, down below, Jack. Just put the Death Wish series.
Charles Bronson, baby.
Oh, Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
See, now we're going to start moving into music because Death Wish 2, Jimmy Page did the musical score for Death Wish 2. And that
Did he really?
Yeah. And I got that. So
That's
Wow.
interesting.
Spider-Man, Avengers.
What's that?
Yeah, I just watched the Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and I wasn't that impressed. And I included the 2 director's cuts as well. I like the later on Spider-Man.
So
You
I
know
saw
what?
it.
There's one actress I have met that was also in a James Bond movie. That was Famke Jensen.
I like Famke Jensen.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention with the first Spider-Man movie, that was some of those scenes were shot in my old neighborhood in New York.
Nice.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's why it looks so run down. Oh, okay.
What's the series with Danny Glover?
What's that?
series? With Dan, there's a whole series with Danny Glover and
Oh, Danny Glover and what's his name?
Mel
The
Gibson.
Nazi.
Mel Gibson.
Lethal Weapon.
Need the weapon.
Lethal
Lethal
Weapon.
Weapon, yeah.
Forgot about
Lethal Weapons. Oh my god.
that.
Okay.
Made before Mel Gibson got
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
I think Mel Gibson's on the list.
What about the Mummy?
The Mummy.
Didn't
Oh.
I missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the first 2, but after the second one, it went downhill.
The Mummy.
hmm
I think after they got rid of Rachel Weisz, it wasn't the same.
I like the Mummy. But
But it was okay. It was not great.
Well, also wasn't Tom Cruise in the first one?
No, Brendan Fraser was.
Brendan Fraser.
Oh, he was in all of it. I thought he
There-
came in afterwards. I didn't realize he was there
There-
from the beginning.
There are two different Mummy series. Brendan Fraser's in the first one, in the earlier series. Tom Cruise is in the second series.
Okay,
I
that's
think the second set, but the one with Tom Cruise just had one movie.
Here you
No,
go,
there's two.
Buckeye.
I think
Here you
you're
go,
right.
Buckeye.
There you go.
There you go.
There he is.
Me and Danny Glover.
There you go.
Here you go. You ready? Another
Hey.
one?
Yeah.
Consigliere.
You got
Yeah.
him.
You showed me this once after a stream.
Unreal.
Gary Busey. He was drunk. And here we go.
Really? That's surprising.
Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh wow.
So I've seen the movie Oppenheimer.
Long movie.
It was a long movie. It was all right for me. I mean,
I enjoyed it.
They didn't blow the damn bomb off.
No.
right.
We didn't see that.
Yeah, it was an all right
You
movie.
can't see it. You couldn't see that.
yeah. This one was more political than the original one that had Paul Newman in it.
Yeah. Fat Man, the little boy.
Yeah,
That was a really good one. Fat Man and Little Boy was.
that one stuck to more of a storyline as opposed to this one was far more political than that one was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a real.
You think about those guys, they're freaking morons. Let's see.
Well,
Should we do a test that could possibly light the atmosphere of the Earth on fire and kill everybody? Fuck it. Let's just do it.
That's what life was like when I grew up.
Yeah.
It used to snow in Connecticut because we had fallout coming down with all the dust from the tests in Nevada salt flats.
Oh, wow.
And we would get 10 feet of snow. And you go to school when you could get there, and they'd say, "Don't eat the snow." And it wasn't yellow snow they were talking about; it was the radioactive snow.
Oh, speaking, I have to add Jackass, the Jackass movie series.
Oh,
You just reminded me. You just reminded me of Yellow Snow. They did the yellow snow cone scene.
Jack Frost,
Who's that?
the Snowman series.
Well, in the Jackass series, they did a yellow snow cone. He basically peed.
Jackass.
He basically peed in the snow, and he made a
Oh
snow
my
cone and
God.
he ate it.
Oh my gosh!
That's disgusting.
It's very hard to watch those type of scenes.
Oh, they're crazy. They're crazy. Franchise. They're remaking Leprechaun. For those that are, if you happen to like Friday the 13th, they're coming up with a prequel series called Crystal Lake on Peacock. So they're bringing back Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
What's the saddest movie you've ever watched?
Saddest?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Ordinary People.
Ordinary People.
Yeah, that's an old one. Timothy Hutton.
I
No,
remember.
Carol Burnett was in it too. I think Carol Burnett was in it.
Then I didn't see that. I saw Ordinary People. There's a series on Hulu called
I'm
Ordinary.
gonna say with honors.
Yeah, it's a sad one.
Brandon Fraser and Joe Pesci.
White Rose Resistance.
Oh, maybe what's the movie? Let me look it up. I can.
The one that hits closest to home with me is probably The Great Santini,
Oh yeah.
because the Duvall's is the father character.
He played a
And,
good Marine.
Well, his character was very representative of my own father.
Yeah.
Especially with the sports and competition, when Duvall was walking up the stairs after his kid whooped his ass on the basketball court,
Yeah.
bouncing the basketball off his head.
Yeah, I remember.
Squirt. I want you to squirt just a couple. You're my best fucking daughter. I used to hear that shit as a kid, and I remember one time my old man was going to whoop my ass, and I just looked at him and I said, "I'm not going to cry." So he commenced to taking it out on me, and I didn't squirt one freaking tear.
Good for you.
See, now for a different reason, that's what Full Metal Jacket is, because my dad was also in the Marine Corps. And that drill instructor, there are so many scenes when he's just, like particularly in the scene in Full Metal Jacket when he's walking through the barracks and he's holding the jelly donut. That just reminded me of my father. Like when he would find something and he would walk towards you with it. I mean, that gave me chills.
And Arlie Ermey, he was a drill instructor.
He was a real drill instructor. He was supposed to be a technical advisor on that movie.
Yep.
And he ended up stealing the role because he was good at it.
He was so freaking good. He was so freaking good. That was a great movie, Full Metal Jacket. Oh my god. I mean, that and Platoon were the most probably.
Gardens of Stone was
Ryan too. That's obviously Normandy. The other ones are Vietnam, but like
Gardens of Stone.
The
D.B. Sweeney.
Saving Private Ryan was a pretty sad one, even though it was fictional, but it is pretty sad how it was realistic in the aspect that a lot of the main characters in that movie died, and that I don't want to say an accurate depiction because it wasn't a real person that they were going to say, it wasn't a real mission, but it kind of showed that in war people die. And the hero is not always going to make it home.
Well, that opening scene when they're coming onto the beach, storming the beach in the north, like that was the most gruesome scene ever. Franchise, I have not seen that one. Oh, that scene was just crazy. It was crazy.
The movie that I mentioned, White Rose Resistance, it's probably as close to a documentary as it could be. It really happened.
Yeah.
They pushed back against Hitler, and they would go up and throw down leaflets under the ground.
Yep.
That pushed back against Hitler. and people would pick them up and say, you know, they're actually people that don't agree with what he's doing. They chopped this 21-year-old girl's head off.
Yep.
Well,
Incredible.
that was really graphic.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Great.
That it really happened.
Yeah.
Wha-
You know a movie hit hard too?
What?
American History X.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
a tough
movie hit hard. Like, that was just a very substantial movie. We talk
Did
about.
you see the movie A Walk to Remember?
I did, but it's been a while. It's
Yeah,
been a while.
that's with Mandy Moore.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sad. That has a very sad ending.
What about the movie with Will Smith, The Pursuit of Happiness?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
That
That had
one
a
was
sad.
sad.
That had a sad. The movie was sad, but the freaking ending was so inspiring and so.
And there was
touching.
another Will Smith movie called 7 Pounds.
7
I remember
pounds.
that one.
Where he sacrifices his body for 7 people.
Yep.
Bad Boys 4 came out yesterday, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Not yet. My wife wants to go see it, so
I'm
I'll
thinking
probably
about
go see
seeing it. One of the few times I actually go to the movies.
yeah.
Thinking about going to see it.
I might see it. I don't know if I will.
Will Smith. It's hard not to feel bad for that guy, man.
Excuse
So
me.
what's-
Sorry to
what's
interrupt.
interesting-
Speaking of
What-
Will Smith, he is an amazing actor. No
He is.
joke.
He is. He had, for the insignificant fact of the day, he had a perfect SAT score, 1600,
What?
and he was accepted into every Ivy League school, and he added MIT to the list.
Oh wow.
He was
I
one
am,
of these.
I am Legend was also a good,
Take that, Jake.
not a sad ending. But
Which one?
I Am Legend.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So interestingly enough, the one movie that is guaranteed to bring me to tears is Field of Dreams.
Great movie.
And the scene is where his dad comes in from the bushes, from the cornfield to play catch with him.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad died when I was 5.5, so I never got to play catch with him. So that just, it really gets me when I see that, and how envious I am of not having had that.
So in that movie, is Darth Vader dead when he goes out into the field?
who?
Oh, when
James
James
Earl
Earl
Jones?
James Earl Jones go, yeah. I don't know. I think so. I think because they're basically saying, because Kevin Costner's character wanted to go into the field with him, and they just said no. They just want him. So I think that's what they meant, is that James Earl Jones' character was passing on to the next plane.
Because he had gone to pick up people that could not fulfill their baseball dreams.
Yeah.
That's what I sort of suspected, but I never could get a definitive on it.
Yeah, the cornfields always seemed like that was supposed to be heaven,
He's a great actor. James Earl Jones is a wonderful actor.
like the afterlife.
He's a wonderful actor.
I loved when they picked up the doctor on the side of the road.
I think one time I saw
Burt Lancaster.
one time I saw James Earl Jones walk across the street of where I live. I've seen him on the street.
He's
I
I
guess we get home.
Costner did a good
Wife
job
would be
in that
thinking I
movie.
have a
too.
girlfriend.
he's a wonderful actor, James Earl Jones. Wonderful actor.
Absolutely.
I loved him. I loved him in Clear and Present Danger too. He was great.
And what
in
was the movie? What was the movie from that was on the?
Which
It was
one?
good in Coming to America.
The
Coming to America.
movie that was at the movie theater when he went out to meet the doc.
James Earl Jones.
I have no
in
idea.
the
It was
movie,
The
yeah.
Godfather.
It was The Godfather, yeah.
Oh, what?
72.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Was James Earl Jones in The Godfather?
No,
No, it was on the
Field
screen.
of Dreams. Field of
It was on the
Dreams.
marquee for the movie theater.
Yeah.
Now I have to watch this movie again just to see that scene.
Yeah, just to see that scene.
It's fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh my guys, I'm old and I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna
Yeah, I will wrap this up
sign
too.
off.
I had a long day too.
So
Okay. I got an early day
Yeah.
tomorrow. But guys,
Hey,
this was
wonder-
fantastic.
Comanza.
hey, wasn't there a
Billy.
Yankee game tonight?
Billy, you're younger than me. What do you mean you're getting old?
Done. Take the cannolis.
Yeah,
Long day, man. Long day.
I'm pretty beat too.
Go get your rest, brother. But thank
All
you
right,
guys
y'all take
for
care.
coming on.
Be safe,
Appreciate
y'all.
all of this. Thank you for everybody
Stay
that's
safe.
joined us.
Thank you
Hope
for
you
coming
enjoyed it.
on.
All right, take
Yeah,
care.
thank you so much, Frank.
Take care.
Appreciate all of
everybody.
you. Have a great night. Everybody in the chat, peace and love to all of you. Again, tomorrow's another day. Let's hopefully the Yankees will close the series out.
Also,
close it out with a win.
NFE is doing a pregame. NFE for the pregame tomorrow. He's gonna do an open panel. So, if any of us want to jump on his open panel, we could do that. So
Let's get it going, NFE.
Yeah, no, I'm
let's-
doing.
let's-
I got 2 live streams, so I'm doing my usual one in the morning or afternoon, which is at noon East Coast time, and then I'm gonna do my pregame one. The pregame is where I'm gonna put the link on, so anybody wants to jump on.
The afternoon one is not the open panel.
It is the open panel.
The afternoon, the 12 o'clock one.
Oh no, the second one that I'm gonna do. The first one is the noon one. The second one will be the.
Yeah.
Open
So that one is at
You're-
what 6:30.
You're doing a nude panel?
I didn't say nothing about nudes.
Yes, that's what I just thought you said is nude panel. I says, I'm not coming on there naked.
You better clean out your ears there, Ken.
I think it's getting a little late for you.
Yeah, I think I think you've had one too many drinks there, good sir.
I don't drink, good sir.
Oh well, then never mind. Then maybe you're smoking something.
Guys, you are the best. You guys are all
All right.
legends.
Thanks, Jason.
all right.
Can't wait to do this again. Have a
Great
great
show.
night. Peace and love to all you in the chat. See y'all tomorrow.
That was
Good
fun.
night, all.
See ya.
Let's go.
Good night.
Later, guys.